Casey Jamie Walsh, I think the sort of golden thread running through his interrogation, or one of the golden threads, was this idea of secrecy. So you had the WhatsApps, you had Gold Command meetings not being minuted, you had the sort of failure to provide details on the Nike conference. Do you think is that what people now associate with Sturgeon's handling of the pandemic, rather than, she was a good communicator, which was the line at the time?
Well, I think, to be honest, it's not just Sturgeon's handling of the pandemic, but I think Sturgeon has left a legacy of secrecy. Unfortunately, I think, yes, as we see with the pandemic, but, obviously based on all the kind of police activity and whatnot, I'm not saying that Sturgeon has directly done anything, or anyone has directly done anything, but clearly there's a lot of things that have come out that were, completely unknown to not just the public, but members of the SNP and independent supporters as well. I think the way that Nicola Sturgeon quite often treated questions from journalists, that perfectly legitimate questions, was if, oh, why are you asking me that? Kind of tried to shut down questioning that she maybe didn't like. I think that if you look back at all of that, I do think there's a sort of legacy of secrecy, and I'm loath to say the word cover up, but I think there has been some kind of covering up of information too. If we're talking about just the pandemic, I think now we're seeing the process behind those decisions, and you might be able to communicate things well, but behind the scenes, it seemed like a bit of a riot.